Hi there, it's Michael Ackerman coming to you from Seattle, Washington, where I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Bain. Today's video blog is about pricing your home. The last video blog that I did just before this one talked about the two things that a seller can control when they list their home, and that is presentation and price. How the home looks, how emotionally attractive it is, and the value, how it's priced. Today I'd like to talk about price. In any market, price is paramount. Something that is priced really well at market or just below market is probably going to sell fairly quickly. Something that's overpriced is not going to sell. And I know a lot of sellers and a lot of people say, well, it's not price. It usually is price, because price can cure all ills. And I'm certainly not one of those agents that takes the listing prices at high and reduces. I don't like doing that. But sometimes you have a value range and you're not quite sure where it's going to fit. You might have comparables that say one price, but your house might sell for slightly more, slightly less. So you have to sometimes test the market a little bit. Today I'd like to talk about, though, when should you adjust your price and how much? What I usually tell my sellers is that we will gauge this together. If I list a property and we price it and we get a lot of activity in the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if we've had 10, 15 showings and no one's written an offer, after about the third week, it's time to really sit down with your agent as a seller and talk about next steps. Now, how much should you adjust? And again, when you should adjust, work with your agent on this, because if you have been on the market 3 weeks and you've had 2 showings, it might not be enough feedback for you to be able to know that it's time to adjust. I would say, though, if you don't get an offer in the first month, it's time to adjust the price. How much should you adjust? It depends on the property and it depends on the work that your agent has done. Usually what I tell sellers is, and this is kind of universal, since the online search sites have gotten so popular with the public, everybody's online looking at, various listings. When someone's actually searching for a home, if they start searching before they're working with an agent or even after they're working with an agent, usually they're searching in $25,000, $50,000 or $100,000 ranges. So somebody might be searching between 300 and 350 or 350 and 4. So if your home is listed at 410, you might be missing those buyers that are searching between 350 and 4. You might want to adjust your price down to 399, 950 or right at 400. If you price it at 400, then you're going to catch the people searching between 3 and 400 and also the people searching between 4 and 5. So there is something to be said for the kind of 350, 375, 400, those $25,000 breaks. Not that I think you should rely on that solely. You should have your agent do a market analysis and figure out what the real value is compared to homes that have sold in your area in the last 6 months. Now, I also look at a lot of the actives to see what our competition is, because I always like the other homes to help my listing sell and not vice versa. So if you see another home that's really similar to a home I have listed and it's priced at 500, we may price ours at 495 or 490 to get the edge up on that other listing if it's a really good comparable. So again, work with your agent. I would say every 3 to 4 weeks you should really visit and talk about price. Even if you don't adjust, it's a really good thing to do, to check in, see what the activity is, see what new things have come on the market, and see what things have sold. So that's what I do with my clients, and I highly recommend you do that as well. If you have any other questions about real estate in general, feel free to email me at michaelackerman@cbbain.com. And do remember, it's all about the connection.